Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and then good evening to all of you. I hope all of you in a good condition whenever you are. And here I am Fandi Santoso with my NPM 202122152. I will explain to you what is a slang and idiom is. So without further ado, let's move to the explanation. And then before that, I want to let you know that a slangs and idiom is a part of grammar. So I will explain to you what is grammar. First, grammar is a system of language. People sometimes describe a grammar as a rule of a language, but in fact, no language has a rule. If we use the word rules, we suggest that somebody create the rule first and then spoken the language like a new game. But language did not like that. Language started by people making sounds which is involved into a word, parses, and then sentence. Not commonly spoken language is fixed. All language change every time. What we call it grammar. It is simply a reflection of a language at particular time. And then next, I will explain to you about slangs first. Slangs is a very informal language usually found in a speech and not writing. Slangs is also typically associated with a group of people to share a similar culture and a culture background. Jadi intinya slangs ini hanya digunakan untuk kelompok tertentu saja, tidak digunakan untuk semua orang gitu. And then Munro cited in Fasola 2012 described that slangs refer to non-standard language of word and expression used in a conversation or a letter, but it is not used in a speech or formal essay. Next is about classification of slangs. Allen and Burridge, 2006, classified that slangs into five, namely fresh and creative, flippant, imperative, acronym, and clipping. So I will explain it one by one. The first one is fresh and creative. It means that the slang words has a new vocabularies in order to describe something in an informal situation. For example, the word mom is used to address a woman, especially the elder one. Number two is flipped. It means that the slang word consists of two words or more, which does not have a correlation with the denotative meaning. For example, break a leg, which is mean a good luck for an actor. Number three is imitative. Imitative mean that slang's word imitating or divided from the standard English word. Using standard English word is a different meaning of combination two different words. For example, is gonna. This is a slang word that divided from the parses of words going to. The slang word gonna is commonly used by almost all the people in the world. Number four is acronym. It means that the result of the words come from the first letter of each word in a place of using initial from a group of word or syllable and pronounce them as a new word. For example, NATO is an acronym of North Atlantic Treaty Organization. And then the last one, number five, is clipping. It means that the slang words come from deletion of some part of longer word of a longer word become shorter from its in the same meaning. For example, till refers to until. And then next is the reason using of slangs. Number one is to address. The speaker use a slang word to address another speaker so that they can maintain their close relationship. People have a close relationship prefer to use an informal address than a formal one. For example, the man one. Man, honey, I would go if I didn't have the most trustworthy man. I know to look after my family. And then the woman said, "Oh no, not in my house. This is conversation of a slang word, honey. It's used to address to beloved people." The man used the word to address the woman because she is the special person for him. And then number two is to initiate a relaxed conversation. People have a tendency to use a slang word in order to initiate relaxed conversation so that they have to smooth conversation in formal situation. People who have a close friend with other tends to use a certain word in order to make a conversation run more relaxed and comfortable. Number three is to humaniate. Sometimes people using slangs to express unpleasant or dislike feeling of other people by mocking them. Number four is to prefer to use a slang word than a formal word for imitate the atmosphere in order to show a close relationship. When the speaker get imitate with someone, it can mean that it's sexually involved. And then next is to reveal anger. The use of slang word is to reveal anger in order to make his anger sound politely. So jadi untuk lebih lebih agar terdengar lebih halus gitu ketika kita marah, kita bisa menggunakan slang ini, kata-kata slang ini. And then next, I will give you some example of slangs. This is the example. Number one is dope. Dope is mean cool or awesome. And number two is goat. Goat is mean greatest of all time. Number three is Gucci. Gucci it's mean good, cool, or going well. Number four is lit. Lit is mean amazing, cool, and exciting. Number five is OMG. OMG it's mean an unbelievable for oh my gosh or oh my god. And then next, I will explain to you about English idioms. So, in the first explanation about idioms, I will tell you the definition of idioms. An idiom is an expression or word or passes that has a figurative meaning, conveniently understood by native speaker. This meaning is different from the literal meaning of the idiom's individual element. And then an idiom is a group of words that in a language specific and that does not directly translate in meaning. Next is a function of idiom. Idioms have a different function in different discourse type. In different discourse type. Fernando 1996. And they often convey attitude and evaluation, approval, criticism, and admiration or etc. Collins co-built in 1996, choosing an idiom instead of literal expression carries an additional meaning itself. Next is the example of idioms. Here I will tell you the example of idioms. The example of idiom that maybe you all already heard is about you can judge a book by its cover. To judge someone or something based on socially on appearance, I thought this no brand would be horrible. Turn out that you can judge a book by its cover. Next is to hit the nail on the head. It's to describe exactly what is causing the situation or problem. Like he hit the nail on the head when he said this company needs more HR support. And then a piece of cake. It means that something is easy. Maybe in bahasa mungkin kalian sudah pernah dengar seperti kepala batu. Nah, itu untuk ungkapan seseorang yang keras kepala. Lalu ada lagi seperti gulung tikar. Gulung tikar ini menjelaskan bahwa seseorang ini mungkin sudah bangkrut usahanya atau seperti apa, jadi dia gulung tikar atau rugi gitu. Intinya mah tutup tokonya seperti itu. Lalu ada lagi gigit jari. Gigit jari ini lebih ke bahwa kita itu menyesal gitu, telah melakukan sesuatu yang membuat kita menyesal. Nah, ungkapannya itu seperti gigit jari ini. Mungkin itu saja. I think that's all what I can explain to you about English slangs and idiom. I'm sorry if there are any mistake pronunciation or misspelling word because I'm still learning here. And I think that's all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. And don't forget to share. That's all from me. I'm Fandi Santoso. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.